What up, Homedawgs? My name is Gokey Gamer, coach of the Milwaukee Meta Champs, and welcome to the quarterfinals of the CMM Mudkip division, where this week we're going to be taking on Coach Maki and the Las Vegas Leaves. I honestly can't believe we actually made the playoffs, but here we are, and we're going up against an extremely fun team. What? My opponent's team consists of Dragon Ball, Urshifu Rapid Strike, Corviknight, Hatterene, a Toxtricity that can turn into an electric, normal, or ground type, Hisuian Arcanine, Sandaconda, an Inteleon that can turn into a water, electric, or fairy type, Grimmsnarl, Hisuian Decidueye, and a Reboot to round things out. So yes, this week we're going up against the Gen 8 team. And while this is a themed team, Gen 8's Pokedex is extremely powerful. Obviously, the top 3 mons are really tough to deal with. Grimmsnarl helps provide amazing support with Prankster and its typing, the 2 Terracaps are special attacking nukes, and the rest of this team helps in many other ways too. We've definitely got a tough matchup ahead of us, but I think we've got just the team to take this one down. That being said, we definitely have a very interesting team this week. Terra Water Hazard controlling Colossal looks really solid this game, as well as Sticky Web's Spikeable, particularly if Sandaconda doesn't come and Hatterene goes down. Deoxys and Swampert both provide amazing defensive capabilities and help breaking down the team so that Spectre can hopefully come in during the endgame and just click buttons. If you'd like a more detailed team breakdown, then consider checking out my Ko-fi page where you'll find 8-minute team breakdowns for all my battles, as well as receive access to battles early if you become a member. Any support you're able to give is always immensely appreciated. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and head into the battle. Alrighty, let's freaking do this. I am super stoked, super nervous. This is going to get interesting. I'm very scared of a lot of Pokemon in this matchup. Corviknight, Hatterene, Toxtricity, Arcanine, literally, like, basically a ton of these Pokemon can really cause some issues. So this is going to be a very interesting game for sure. Good luck, have fun to my opponent. Let's freaking do this. Alright, so we're going to see Toxtricity, Grimm. We're going to see Urshifu. We don't see Hisuian Arcanine or Sandaconda. That is very nice. We do see the Hatterene. We don't see Hisuian Decidueye. We don't see the Inteleon. Okay, very interesting. Overall, this is not the worst matchup, I don't think, but that being said, that's still terrifying, so that's something to keep in mind. The Grimmsnarl could be very annoying as well. I'm expecting it to have Thunder Wave. I'm expecting it to possibly have screens as well. That would be my assumption. Allen would be a decent lead here, I think. I don't see why not. Taser could also be a very nice lead. Actually, yeah, Taser could be a really solid lead, low-key. Or I could even go, I like Kip. You know what? Yeah, I think I'm gonna lead I like Kip, because I don't think there's anything that my opponent can lead that'll ruin my day if I lead this mon. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Good luck, I'm my opponent. Let's freaking do this. Alrighty, I'm very scared for this matchup. Oh, that's a cute card. Heck yeah, I love that card. Alright, so let's see what the lead is, and let's see if they have a grass move. It's going to be none other than Alice, which is going to be the Hatterene. Very interesting. So Hatterene is going to be the lead. It does have access to Giga Drain, I think, and also Magical Leaf. I think if it has it, it clicks it now. So I think I will just click Flip Turn. Yeah, this is an okay situation. I think this is an okay lead right now. I'm a bit nervous about what this thing wants to do to me, but I'm okay. I don't know if they were expecting this. We are going to go for the Flip Turn here. That does a lot of damage. That was a massive crit for us. Holy crap. That is massive on this Hatterene. I will go ahead and go Taser now, just because I think that this thing is going to get scared out, and that is fine. Yeah, we do see the Giga Drain, so this thing does have Giga Drain. That's good to know. That actually did a decent chunk of damage, so hold up a second. Oh, this thing is definitely offensive. Holy crap. Wait. Oh, that was like max special attack. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely a more offensive set. So that's good to know. I think I just clicked Volt Switch, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna click Volt Switch. Very interesting. So this Hatterene is more offensive. It's not defensive like I was thinking it would be. Very intriguing. They are going to stay in, interestingly enough, so we get a lot of damage off. I'm a bit scared about what this thing wants to do to me now. I think I can just go DOD, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Very interesting. I wasn't expecting that. So, okay. Huh. Alright, so my guess is maybe like a Mystical Fire pops off. We're just going to see a Draining Kiss. So they are going to take Rocky Helmet Chip, which is great for me. This could also be Big Root, actually. It could be Big Root. They are going to take damage from the Rocky Helmet, which is great, and I can just go for a free Nightshade at this point. So that's what I'm going to do. We are going to see the hard swap here. So they finally swap out Hatterene. Hatterene's no longer a threat, so that's great. Because I was very scared of like a Trick Room Hatterene causing havoc. And we're going to see the Grimmsnarl come in. So we're going to get a Nightshade off, which is going to do a decent chunk of damage. I will gladly take that. We are going to see lefties. So this is okay, so this is going to be a bulky Grimmsnarl. That's fine. I think here I'm going to go into I like Kip. I like Kip. Because I also have Brick Break for this thing. They could go into Pulse. They could do a couple things here, but yeah, I'm okay with this right now. Again, the Hatterene being as chipped as it is phenomenal for me, just because the Hatterene is basically no longer a threat. So that is amazing for me, which I'm very gladly going to take that. I like Mudkip! Alright, false surrender. Ooh, very interesting. This is a decent chunk of damage. Does a decent chunk of damage. Alrighty, so I think here I'm going to slow flip turn out just to see what this thing wants to go for here. We'll also reveal our lefties, which is fine. We could see like a light screen here. We could see a few things. I'm still just going to click flip turn. I guess I could click yawn too, actually. Yeah, yawn could actually be low-key really nice for this thing, so I think I'm going to click yawn, actually. We were going to see the hard swap, so let's see what comes in here. Firefly. So the Firefly is going to be the Tox, right? Oh no, that's Corviknight. Okay, I'm okay with Corviknight getting weakened down here. Yawn, bada bing, bada boom, and now I can just click the flip turn. Although it could be Rocky Helmet. It could be Rocky Helmet, which, am I okay with this thing being Rocky Helmet? Not really. I'm not really okay with it. But I think here I can just force a flip turn. Either that or this thing falls asleep. So this is great for me. They are going to go for a U-turn. That's fine. That does a decent chunk of damage. But again, this is still forcing us momentum in our favor, which is amazing for us. Already, this game is going quite well. So will gladly take it. We're going to see the Grimmsnarl come back in. That's fine by me. We are going to go for the flip turn. Bada bing, bada boom. Does a lot of damage. Holy crap. All right, so we're going to go ahead and swap out here. I think I will go Colossal now. We've seen False Surrender, and that's the only move we've seen thus far. So I think what I'm going to do, Volga here is a pretty obvious lead, or a pretty obvious switch in. And you know what? Yeah, I think I will go this Pokemon. We could, I don't think they're going to go for a burn. I think they're going to switch. I think they kind of have to switch. I value this Pokemon too much to let it get paralyzed, especially because if it gets paralyzed, it brings Hatterene back in. So I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to... I mean, actually, I'm going to be slower than it anyway, so actually, do I just click Flamethrower? I can also just Terra Water now. There's no reason for me not to at this point, so I think I will Terra Water, and I think I will go ahead and click Flamethrower. I could also just click Spin, but I think I'm going to click Flamethrower instead. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and click Flamethrower. We do see the hard swap, so that's very interesting. I'm curious to see if Hatterene comes in. Is it going to be a Hatterene? It is going to be the Hatterene. So we're going to do a decent chunk of damage to this thing. Hopefully we actually KO it. That'd be phenomenal here. We are going to click the Terra button. We are going to reveal our Terra Water. If Hatterene goes down, that's absolutely phenomenal for me. So I will gladly take that. And from the looks of it, it's max special attack probably. So I think it might just straight up die to this thing, which would be amazing right here. We're going to fire off a Flamethrower. Please pick up the KO. That is a dead Hatterene. Perfect. Hazards are going up on the field whenever we can get them up, and there's nothing my opponent can do about it. They can't turn it back on me, which is phenomenal. Corviknight could have defog, but Corviknight never wants to come in against this thing anyway. We're going to see Paramore come in, which is going to be the Tox, I'm sure. Yep, that is going to be the Tox. Okay. I think I can go into the Maid fairly reliably here, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. They might be predicting a switch into the Swampert. I want to keep Swampert at least decently healthy and scare this thing out. The Dragapult in-game does look a bit scary, so I do need to keep that in mind. So maybe I shouldn't have gone into this. Maybe I should have saved this for Dragapult, but it's fine. We could see a shift gear here. We are going to see the immediate Terra. Let's see what they go for here. My guess is it's going to be Terra Normal, probably. Is it Terra Normal? It is absolutely Terra Normal. There's no reason for it to not be Terra Normal in this matchup, so that makes sense. Alright, so yeah, we're going to see a Boom Burst. Okay, so at the very least, they didn't try to set up in my face. That's good. This is going to do a decent chunk of damage. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Holy crap. That's a lot of damage. What did that come from? I mean, yeah, it's Terra Normal, but that looks like it's Specs. Hold up, that looks like it's Specs. Do I switch? Yeah, I'm gonna switch out here, because I still value Indeedee in this matchup. That looks like it's Specs. Holy crap, that did a lot of damage. We are gonna see the hard swap, so they did predict the swap, so I think I am correct on that front. We're gonna see Firefly the Corviknight come back in, which is very interesting to me. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead, swap out. I think I tried to set up a Nasty Plot, right? Is there a reason I don't try to set up a Nasty Plot? I don't think so, so yeah. I guess, wait, does this thing, Corviknight gets Power Trip, right? Power Trip's doing diddly squat to me, though. Power Trip's not gonna do anything. I think I just clicked Nasty Plot. Yeah, I'm gonna click Nasty Plot. Frick it. Why not? I have the Lumberry, so yeah, that's fine. We're gonna Nasty Plot. It's gonna do a lot of damage to you. It's gonna do a lot of damage. We're just gonna see Brave Bird, so you will get some chip. That's fine. Yeah, you get damaged by the recoil. I will go ahead and just click Shadow Ball here. If you swap out into Tox, that's fine, because I have Draining Kiss as well, so we're kind of low-key chilling right now. Shadow Ball, bada bing, bada boom. This could be a dead Corviknight here. This could be a dead Corviknight. Let's see it! That is a dead Corviknight. Corviknight is gone. We love to see it, baby. And we get off of Grimnay as well. This is going to force Dragapult in, because Urshifu can't come in thanks to the Psychic Terrain. This is going to force the Pult to come in and then click a move. So we're going to get some intel as to whether this Pult is physical or special, which is good information information to always have. And if Tox comes in, we just Draining Kiss that thing. And if Grimmsnarl comes in to try to T-Wave me, I just Draining Kiss that too. Worst case scenario is Pult comes in. Best case scenario, Toxtricity or Grimmsnarl comes in. Because both, we're gonna get a lot of damage on either or. And again, if they try to paralyze me with Grimmsnarl, I have the Lumberry for the T-Wave. So that's also very good information. So I'm hoping they try to get greedy with that. They are gonna try to get greedy with that. Grimmsnarl is gonna be the Pokemon that comes in. Phenomenal. I don't even care if this thing is going to... Yeah, I don't care. I click Draining Kiss here. I don't think it's gonna live. Yeah, the T-Wave, they missed though. Oh wait, Psychic Terrain, I forgot! Yo, Psychic Terrain! I'm so sorry, I actually forgot about that too. I forgot about Psychic Terrain. I mean, I had the Lumberry anyway, so it didn't even matter, but the fact that we still have our Lumberry, absolutely phenomenal. And we are at a significantly higher amount of HP too. We are doing really well for ourselves, and we're at +4 now. That is amazing. Holy crap. Urshifu cannot come in at this point because Aqua Jet's not going to do enough to KO me. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so... Oh, wait, no, that's Tox. Okay. Wait, Toxtricity. I mean, I think I can just Draining Kiss, right? Is there a reason I don't? I'm going to Draining Kiss. Why not? Yeah, I'm going to stay in and just click Draining Kiss. Weaken this thing down. Might as well. Holy crap. This is amazing for me. They're definitely saving Pult for the end game, it looks like. We're going to see an Overdrive, which is going to do a decent chunk of damage. And by a decent chunk, I mean a lot. I could just click Draining Kiss one more time. Draining Kiss. Toxtricity is dead now as well. All we have left is the Urshifu and the Pult. This is phenomenal. So I'm very curious why they haven't gone into Pult yet. That is a very intriguing thing for me, I won't lie. So Urshifu is going to go down here. At this point, I'm definitely going to let Spectrier go down. I don't think there's any reason for me to keep Spectrier around. And if they go into Pult, then I'm just going to go for the Draining Kiss. Because I should always be able to KO this thing with a Draining Kiss, I think. Let's see here. Yeah, I should always KO this thing with a Draining Kiss. Honestly, I could even KO with a Mud Shot at this point, which is wild. At this point, I'm trying to figure out my lose con. I need to try to figure out how do I lose this game. I think I still let Spectrier go down. I think there are other ways I can win this game without this Pokemon. So they are going to go for Hex, so this thing is at least have special in attack. So yeah, Spectrier going down here, that's fine. You know what, Mid-Horse? You have really ruined yourself on this team, and I could not be happier about it. Now the question becomes, what do I go into here? I think I'm going to go Alan here. I think I'm going to go Alan, I'm going to click Knock. Knock's going to do a decent chunk of damage to this thing, and I am okay with that. Yeah, I'm going to click Knock off here. I guess the only thing I can think of is this thing could be Willow. Okay, it is Willow, so it is Willow Hex. That's good to know. All right, so Willow Hex. We're going to get a knock off on this thing, so it's going to lose its item, which is great. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's see what item it had. It had the Kasib Berry, so it was a Ghost Berry. Okay, so I would not be surprised if a Hex pops off here. I think here I will go into the Maid. Yeah, there's no reason for me to keep the Maid around, actually, so I will go into the Maid. And then if they opt to try and go to switch out or go for a Hex, whatever, it's fine. I go into the Maid and I set up my Psychic Terrain. I think that's a very valuable thing to do here, especially for Urshifu Rapid later on. That could be very nice. So we were going to set the battlefield, got weird. We go for the Hex. They missed the Hex, which is great. We're going to get some more intel on this set, which is also great. I'm just going to go for Healing Wish just in case they try to switch out because they don't know what set I am. I could be Scarf for all they know, so I will click Healing Wish. We are going to see a U-turn. Okay, that's fine. Urshifu Rapid's going to come in. I just go into Deoxys. Yeah, go beyond. That's going to be the Urshifu. That's fine. Choice Banded. It's... The most it can do to me is only like a small chunk, so I'm just going to go into Alan here and then chill, so... Yeah, honestly, I could probably even just go for Psychic Noise anyway, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Because I have Colossal for this thing. I have Colossal specifically for this. So I think... Yeah, I mean, Close Combat still does a major chunk of damage, though, so I think I will click Recover here. Surging Strikes. If they're not Protective Pads, they're taking Rocky Helmet Chip. They are Protective Pads. That's good to know. All right, so 3, that's fine. We are going to recover this HP back up for free, and I think what I do now, I'm just going to go for the Psychic Noise, because Psychic Noise is going to do a crap ton of damage to either the Pult or the Urshifu. Getting burned here is a bit unfortunate, but it's fine. It is what it is. So, yeah, I think I definitely should have kept Spectrier alive, but it is what it is. Again, I imagine Pult has to be the clear body. I think that's what it has to be here. So Pult's going to take a lot of damage here, which is phenomenal for me. So I'm going to fire off the Psychic Noise. This thing is going to take a lot of damage, which is going to be great for us in the later half of this game. Psychic Noise, bada bing, bada boom. This thing is getting chipped and chipped and chipped. We now know also that it is Willow and Hex, so that's good to know. I think they are going to predict the swap, which does make sense. I think they're going to try to go for a Willow. I am okay with that. I think I just go Taser. I think going Taser here is perfectly reasonable. At this point, I can, like, Urshifu, I can knock off the item on Urshifu, and it's going to take a lot of damage from rocks. Rocky Helmet, so that Hex, oh, they just go for Hex, even better. So Hex is going to do a decent chunk of damage, that's fine, and there's no longer prevented from healing, that's also fine. The weirdness disappeared from the battlefield, that's also fine. Honestly, could I set up my webs? No, I don't think I set up my webs. I think I just go for a T-Bolt, actually, let this thing pick up the KO. I'm going to go for a T-Bolt. Okay, Draco Meteor, that's fine. I'm okay with that. That is fine by me. Special attack harshly fell, that is fine. I should be okay. I can go into my... we can still eat a Hex, so I'm going to go into this thing. Yeah, we can eat a Hex now because this thing is burned, so that's phenomenal for me. I just go for another Psychic Noise, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Psychic Noise. That's gonna do a lot of damage to this thing and weaken it down. And we're gonna see the hard swap, so Urshifu is gonna come in on this attack, which is gonna be phenomenal for me. I am okay with this. Alright, Psychic Noise, bada bing, bada boom. Does a lot. That's a 2-shot right there if I've ever seen one. Holy crap. Alright, Go Beyond was prevented from healing. That's great. I could see a U-turn popping off here. I think this time I will double into Volga because, yeah, I think this time I can just do this play. Because I do still value Deoxys in this matchup. I do still value it heavy, so I think that's what I'm going to do here. I think this is the right play to make. We are just going to see a Surging Strikes. It's going to do the squat to me. 2 and 3. That is fine. I'm okay with this. And now I go for Rocks. I set up my Rocks so that way they can prevent the switching from consistently happening. And yeah, that's great. Stealth Rocks, might as well. We're going to see a CC. That's fine. I'm okay with this. Yeah, that does diddly squat to me as well. Holy crap. Holy guacamole. That's what I say. We're going to set up Rocks here. That way Pult's going to take Chip. Flamethrower does the most damage. I think I just go for Flamethrower every single time. We are just going to see another CC, so they're going to be at -2. That is fine by me. Alright, we set up our Flamethrower. Bada bing, bada boom. Very, very nice. Unfortunately, they don't get burned, but that's fine. I think here, what I do, I go into Allen. Yeah, I will go into Allen now, because I think I can use Volga as a sack later on. This game is definitely not over. Dragapult could still be an issue. I just needed to burn a Draco. That's kind of what I needed to do. If they predict this and go for a swap, that's fine. We're just going to see another CC. That's fine. Okay. We just go for recover every single time. This thing can't really do anything to me. I could have U-turn, but I don't think it'll KO me because it's not banded. So what I do here every single time, I just go for a recover. Even if Pult comes in, it's still going to... Yeah, we're just going to see a Surging Strikes. That's fine. We should be able to live every single attack. Yes, we live every single attack. Perfect. Okay, I just go for another recover. We were hit 3 times. That's fine. I go for a recover. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, I'm just going to click another recover. We're just going to see another Surging Strikes. They want me... The reason they're doing this is because they want me to either be weakened down for the Pult or they want me to try to attack this thing to KO it and bring in Dragapult for free, and that's something that I just want to try and avoid, so I am going to keep clicking recover. I've just clicked recover every single time versus this Pokemon. There's no reason for me not to. I am getting back more HP, so that is fine by me. Now again, this game is definitely not over. I do need to be very careful with how I play this Pult, because my Swampert does not have Earthquake. I wish it did now, but it didn't. I put Brick Break on it for the other mon. Let me see here. Dragapult... Waterfall does not do that much damage. I would need to be in Torrent range to really do damage against it, but I could Yawn it. And in return, like, Dragon Darts and Hex is not going to do that much damage to me, so I think what I do... Yeah, I think this is still my play to make regardless, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm just going to recover as much as I can. I don't think there's any reason for me not to at this point, because, yeah, I'm going to keep going forward until something happens. We see an Ice Spinner, actually, so that's not going to do that much damage to me. Yeah, that's fine. We fully recover that. Very interesting that they went for the Spinner that time. Unfortunately, I do think I have to let this thing go down. Okay, that's best case scenario. Ice Spinner, that's fine. I think here, I'm going to let this thing go down, then I'm going to go into Pult. They're going to go into Pult. I Yawn Pult. Or I go into Colossal, sack off Colossal, Yawn with Swampert, onto Pult, and then just try to defeat that thing as fast as I can. I think that's what this is going to come down to, unfortunately. So we are going to see Prez, the Dragapult, come in, take some damage from Rocks, which is always nice. I go into Volga, sack it off. I still think this is the best play. I could have played this a little bit better. I literally just came down to what Pokemon I had to sack off, and I don't know if I made the right decision, but it is what it is. I think here I just go into Volga. If they click Draco Meteor at any point, I win the game, because there's no way that it can KO me. I go into I Like Kip. I like Kip. And now I just go for Yawn. And actually I can Yawn Flip Turn. That's what I do here. I Yawn Flip Turn. That's how I win this game. I Yawn Flip Turn. I think I just win. I don't want to jinx it too much, but I think I just win if I go for Yawn Flip. Draco. Okay, they just opted to go for Draco right off the bat. So that's fine. I am okay with that. We're gonna Yawn. And I think we just win the game now. Holy crap, this was a really good game. Really well played by my opponent. I think I understand now why they wanted to save this thing, because it looked really good into the rest of my team. I think we're still in Torrent range. I'm going to go for a flip. We do see a Hex. It might not even KO me, actually. It doesn't even KO me, so we're gonna go 2-0 at this point, which is absolutely phenomenal. Oh my gosh, Swampert just picked up the KO with another crit. The flip turn crits are crazy, bro. The flip turn crits are crazy. But GG's to my opponent. What a very well played game. Massive, massive shout outs to my opponents. And yeah, what a great game. Holy crap. They almost brought that back too with just the 2 Pokemon they had. This team was very hard to prep for. Like, holy crap. Mad respect. This is the big reason why Gen 8 is one of my favorite, like, dexes in the entire game. Like, say what you want about Sword and Shield, I agree they're not the best games, but holy crap, I freaking love their decks. I love all their mons. Colossal's a big favorite of mine, obviously, so that was a really fun game. Really, really fun. I enjoyed that thoroughly. GG's. Really, really well played. I had such a hard time prepping for this matchup, too. It was hard, but it was fun. It was very, very fun, and I was very excited about it. Congratulations for making it all the way to playoffs. Really, really solidly, too, because they went 5-3, which is amazing for them. But yeah, so GG's to my opponent. What a well-played game. I'm not going to say spoilers just in case my next opponents upload their videos, but I'm very, very excited. We are moving on to the semifinals, baby, and I feel fairly confident in saying Spectrier might not be a mid Pokemon. I might have been wrong about Spectrier. We'll see. We'll see how far we get with it. But thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Peace out, mates!